Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel, The Cutest Little Thing, Upcycle with Andrea. I am Andrea, and I thank you so much for hopping on to watch this video. If you enjoy it, I hope that you will consider giving me a like and even share it out with a friend who you think will like it too. If you love thrift flips and upcycling and home decor, DIYs, and all of that, I hope that you will hit that notifications bell where you don't miss any future videos. Okay guys, for this project we're going to be in here baking today. We're going to make us some dough pumpkins, some cinnamon salt dough pumpkins. So we are going to start out with a half a cup of cinnamon. It's a lot, so just get the cheap stuff. You don't have to get anything fancy. Okay, next we are going to need a cup of flour. So my measure here is a half of a cup. So I'm going to get 2 of those. Okay. And now we're going to need a half a cup of salt. And I may end up using more cinnamon. I'm just going to see how it goes. There's a recipe here that I'm going by, but I'm also altering that recipe a little bit and just sort of giving it my own little spin. Okay, next we're going to need unsweetened applesauce. And we are using a cup. And you need the unsweetened applesauce. And I just got these little cups to use. We just don't use a lot of applesauce. So I didn't want to, get a bunch and waste it. Next, we're going to need about a 1/3 cup of school glue. And that's about how much I have in this container. So I'm just going to squeeze that much in here. I am going to go ahead and sprinkle just a little more cinnamon in there, because that's basically where we're going to get our color from with these dough pumpkins. Okay, and I also have some used coffee grounds here. And if you're not a coffee drinker, you can use instant coffee. Just get you some instant coffee for this step. But I'm just going to put a couple of scoops of coffee grounds in there. Okay. I'm just going to give this a stir. Let's get this mixed up here. And we'll kind of see what our color's going to look like. And we'll see if there's anything else we need to add. Because we want it kind of crumbly, because we're going to have to roll it in our hands. So we don't want it too gooey, and we don't want it too dry, because we won't be able to work with it. So we've got to have it that perfect consistency where we can roll it into our pumpkin shapes and shape them into that pumpkin. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add some more cinnamon. Our dough is not quite dry enough. I will also add just a little flour. Just sprinkle that on there, and we'll get that mixed up. And I also want to add just a little hint of vanilla. That's just going to give us that great smell. It's just going to enhance the smell of our pumpkins. Okay, so we're just gonna finish getting this mixed up, and then we can start shaping those pumpkins. Okay, I did have to add more flour. I just kind of kept sprinkling it in there, and I just want to show you how your dough will kind of start doing. You know, when it kind of all clumps together and clumps around that spoon. I mean, you just kind of know when your dough is good. Even just like regular biscuit dough or cookie dough or anything like that, you know when that dough's got the right consistency. It's not all clinging to the bowl. It's all clumped together. So that's what we want right there. Okay, so we're going to start rolling them up. And you can make your pumpkin, you know, the size you want. And you can make them all the same size, or you can make them different sizes. Just however you would rather do it. Just kind of, you want to kind of smooth out, you know, the wrinkles, and if there's creases, just kind of work with it while it's in your hand. Okay. Okay, now for the stem, I have this. This is just some grapevine that I got off of one of my grapevine wreaths. You can also use, you know, like we have a grapevine outside. I've also broke some branches off of there and used before in my crafts. So just whatever you have on hand. But I love little pieces that have the little curly, twisty things on them. I just think those, you know, make the cutest little, like, the cutest little touches to things like this. That might be just a little bit too long. Let me break a piece off of that. Stick it back in. There we go. And now you want to kind of, take a stick, or I'm using a toothpick, and you want to just kind of start at the stem and just go down your pumpkin, and you're just sort of making a line and just giving, you know, that those pumpkin characteristics that pumpkins have, and you'll just go all the way around your pumpkin. And you might have to kind of reshape it a little bit as you go, because you're holding it and your fingerprints are getting all on it. Just like that, guys. And then I'll set this over to dry. You can also put these in the oven, like on 150, 170. Somewhere in there. I know my oven doesn't go any lower than 170. And to do the rest of my pumpkins, I am going to add just a little bit more flour, sprinkle in a little more salt, and that is the process I will do. And I'll probably, with this batch, I'll probably get about 5 pumpkins if I had to guess. But we will see.